Go ahead.
Hey guys, it's Team Blackjack here again. Me and Charles are profiling our bad decks from a weekend tournament we went to, along with we did a live pool between the two. I played a 60 card Noble Knight deck. Don't play this deck at 60 cards, it's just because I thought it'd be even more fun. The deck actually has a lot of plays. I think playing over 40 might be correct in this deck, just because it lowers the amount of hands that you have where it's all equips or all monsters, because those are the hands that you lose. Like, you need a mixture of both to be able to play, unless like one of those monsters is Brothers, because Brothers is actually like just a better Marauding Captain, but we'll get to that. So we played 3 Madrat, obviously, the best normal summon in the deck. On summon, he's just a normal monster, so don't try to Widow Anchor him on summon, guys. Or just try to negate his effects on summon, because you can't. If he has an equip, he becomes a level 5 Dark Warrior, and he gains the effect that once per turn you can special summon a Noble Knight, but pop a Noble Arms that you control. It doesn't matter because most of them re-equip, so just re-equips the guy you summon. So you basically just get a free +1. Here's 3 Ivan, the second best starter in the deck. If you equip him, he summons a level 4 Light Warrior token. Since that token's a normal monster, it synergizes a little bit more with the deck, but it also just means that him plus equip is just another way to assault. This is the guy you normally summon off Madrat, 3 Boars. This guy is Power Tool Dragon for any Noble Arms card, not just the spells. But instead of shuffling them into the deck, they get sent to the graveyard, so you can reveal 3 of the Broken Trap and just send 2 to the graveyard, and it's ridiculous. 3 Brothers. This is the card you almost always summon off of Isolde. This guy is almost like a Daigusto Emerald for the deck. It shuffles back 3 Noble Knight or Noble Arms cards in order to draw 1 card. He also has an effect when you normal summon him. You can special summon up to 2 Noble Knights from your hand. So this guy just makes your hands of all monsters also like playable, because you can just make Isolde, and that can send the equips. And you just bring out if you summon 2, you just bring out a level 4 with the Isolde, and then make the rank 4, and he just re-equips everything in the graveyard. And then 3 of the best extended, Custonin. Custonin, if you control a Noble Arms, can special summon himself, and then if he's used for the Synchro, Link, or Exceed summon of a Noble Knight monster, he gives you an additional normal summon of Noble Knight, but you can only summon Noble Knights from your extra deck for the entire turn. So he locks you into Noble Knights, but this build of the deck, whenever you go first, that's really all you do. I know there's that like cool like Gumblar deck, but I don't think it does enough anymore since Gumblar is gone.
Yeah.
Of course, that still has like combos where you end on like Griffin and the rank 5, but that deck just seems slightly more inconsistent, and I'm already playing a 60 card pile of garbage. But 3 Gwaine, if you control a normal monster, you can summon himself. So Madrat and Boars, if they don't have equips, they're normal monsters. And also, if you have Ivan in an equip, the token's obviously a normal monster, so you can just use that. For the one-ups, I played Dristan just as something you can summon off of Isolde, or just like normal summon, and then if you have the quick play spell that equips during your opponent's turn, or if they pop a guy that has like an equip, or they try to pop an equip, he will trigger as soon as it gets equipped, and he'll pop another card. He also makes all Noble Knights that have less attack than him untargetable. So if you can like summon this and then make Isolde, they can't like target the Isolde with like Effect Veiler. It's pretty good. This guy, this is what you search off Isolde some of the time. He's a Dragon Ruler for Noble Knights. Once per turn, you just banish 2 Noble Knights to summon him. He's really just a level 5 to help you push for game. And then for additional starters, we played the 3 Merlin. He's Lone Fire for any Noble Knight card, or sorry, any Noble Knight monster. So most of the time you just summon him, tribute him from Madrat, and then equip Madrat. Or I've like summoned Dristan and stuff off of him when I already have like a field. 3 of this girl. If you draw going second, it actually sucks even though it's a hand trap, because it needs you to control a Noble Knight and a Noble Arms. But she's free. This is also really good in combination with Dristan, just because it pops one of your equips, and it'll re-equip after it's resolved, so you basically can negate a card and pop a card, which is really good. One of her, she's kind of a brick, but you just want to play her as like a Boars target, or if you draw her, she's just extra protection for like the Xyz monster and stuff. She's a monster that equips herself. I played only one of her because I own 2, but I just wanted to play a 60-card deck, and I wasn't focusing a lot on like the Dragon Ruler guy or any of the other level 5s. But she's a level leader for the deck. She's also how you're supposed to summon the Synchro monster. I don't know what the Synchro does though, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
No, it's in there, right?
Yeah, it's in there. 3 Excalibur. This makes it untargetable. It's also a rank up, well, not necessarily a rank up magic, but it changes any of the Xyz monsters into a different Xyz monster. So like you can go from, if you're playing against Thunder Dragon, you make the rank 4 that bounces a whole bunch of cards, and then I can use this to make it into the Artorgus, and then he'll just equip everything. It's pretty good. 3 of the Gain 500. Yeah, you shouldn't play 3 of this. I just think that it's really funny to play it and win in time. As you'll see in a video, I had almost 10,000 life points almost the entire time I was playing against Charles in one of the games. Gallatin, all of the equips except Excalibur that I play are the ones that re-equip when they hit the graveyard. But Gallatin, I play as a 1-of because all it does is gain 1,000. That loses 200 during each of your standby phases. That's an actual equip spell. I don't know its name. Noble Arms of Destiny. It makes them untargetable. You should play more of this, but I only own 1. Probably play as like a 2-of. Arfador. It's MSG for set cards. Claritin. I played it as a name. I would replace it with the second Destiny just because Destiny is so much of a better card. Well, I'd probably replace one of the copies of Caliban for the second Destiny and still play this for the name. You pay 500 life points, the monster can attack directly. It's not good. Final chapter.
But it didn't come up.
What?
It didn't come up though.
No.
On our duel? Oh.
Oh, it kind of did. I needed you to kill the Madrat so I could summon the Driston to pop the there can only be one. That's the only reason. I guess it can. I don't know. It just
in these situations.
It also, I guess, helps in time too. Because if you pay 500, most of your guys are bigger than that, so you can attack for more damage. The last chapter, the Noble Knights. I played this because I thought it was searchable with Chalice, but then I read Chalice, and you can search only Noble Knight monsters or Noble Arms spells.
So you got
but maybe. So this is a Monster Reborn that also just equips it from the graveyard. So if you have like your opponent clears your board, you can Monster Reborn a Madrat and then immediately equip it with the same card.
Oh, okay.
Because you just target a Noble Knight and an equip that can be equipped to it and it summons it. Or like you can bring back an Isolde and like equip Excalibur from the graveyard with it. So now they can't target with like anchors or anything. It gives you like a lot of cool recovery plays, but you need to control no monsters, which just, it doesn't come up enough. Like you could cut it. I like the card. Oh well. 3 of every equip spell in your deck. It just equip, play, equip. Again, works well with Driston. If you can't go for the full rank 4 play and you have this, just make Driston, or summon Driston off the Isolde so you have an interruption. 3 Heritage of the Chalice. It's Rhoda for Noble Knights and Noble Arms, and if a Noble Knight you control is destroyed by battle, you can add it back to your hand. So it just, it actually adds from hand or grave. So it's just, this card's like the only good card in the deck, but it's a ridiculous card. I played 3 Desires. This isn't a mistake. If you played multiple, you might want to play multiple Destinies and maybe multiple Gallatins if you play this card, just because that's like almost always what you want to equip with the big guy too, or the rank 4 with. But this card just needed more consistency, and this is the best consistency card and that this deck could probably play. So yeah, if Madrat gets ashed, you lose. Upstart, because I thought I'd be funny playing 60 cards. Rhoda, because all your guys are warriors except like Merlin and the Hand Trap Girl and like Lady of the Lake. Monster Reborn, because if you draw it, you probably win. 3, this card is insane. So you can reveal its off boards because he just reveals Noble Arms cards. But when it's activated as a trap card, you reveal cards on the top of your deck, or sorry, you excavate cards on the top of your deck. Just add one of them, or sorry, up to the number of Noble Arms equips you control. Add one of them to your hand, and then just add any of those cards and then stack them in any order. And then in the graveyard, except the turn it was sent, you can banish it to summon a Noble Knight from your deck with a different name than you control. So if you reveal 3 off boards, I usually do, if I don't have the, I forgot her name, the one monster that's an equip spell, if I don't have her, I reveal like 2 in her, or just like 3 of this. Because if you open the full rank 4 combo, you activate this, and you're excavating at least 3, sometimes even 4 cards, and then you just get to add any of them, stack the rest. And then you have 2 of these in the graveyard, so once during your opponent's turn and once during your next turn, you'll just put 2 more monsters on the board. This card's insane. And 3, I don't know how to play this deck, and I might as well just play an auto-win card. It's not good against Solomon Great, but it's like decent against everything else, so I figured why not play it. For the extra deck, we played 2 of the rank 4 Artorgus. You could play 3. I didn't feel like 3 came up. There's like once over the weekend. I played at like 2 separate locals, so that in total ended up being like 8 rounds. Like the third one almost came up, but we hit time before then, so I guess like sometimes it could come up. I played 2 of the rank 5. I summoned this guy twice over the other rank 4 monster by using Excalibur's effect, just to like put in damage. He like pops 1 monster. I wish he would just pop monsters up to the number of equips that he had. Just like
just
this
clear
guy.
the board.
Yeah, non-targetingly pops spells and traps equal to the number of noble arms you control. This guy only pops 1 monster. I wish he just popped monsters up to the number of noble arms you controlled. I don't think it would be like broken. Maybe if it was non-targeting like this guy, it would be. But I don't think that would be like, it wouldn't break the deck. But I guess these cards are old, so maybe back then. 2 of the new guy. He detach materials and then target cards your opponent controls up to that number of materials to bounce cards. You like do this against Thunder Dragons or like to clear your way for game, and then just rank him up with Excalibur because he's small. And then we played 2 generic rank 4s. Exciton Knight. I never made this card. It should have been Abyss Dweller, but I just own a first ed secret Evil Swarm.
A couple of first ed secret Evil Swarm Exciton Knight.
I played 1 Cowboy because I thought it'd be funny. He's also a warrior. Again, this should have just been like maybe Tornado Dragon. Well, I guess you don't need Tornado Dragon because you have this guy. But like, I don't know. It should have probably been a different, just generic rank 4. I went to time once the entire time playing the deck. You either lose really fast or win really fast because they realize they can't out the guy, or like you just can't make the guy, so you lose. The Synchro Monster, I refuse to read. 2 of Isolde, 2 Tales of the Goki. It's actually really good in Noble Knights too. You can actually revive it off the normal spell that I said don't play, but it's like almost just better Monster Reborn. Summon Sork. I made this once because I screwed up the combo, I guess. Nightmare Unicorn for I never made that card. I never made this. I don't know. I made it once and then got striked. Nope. Borolo Dragon. I never made that card. I got this card made against me. So here's a big brain play. So he took this guy with 4 equips. So on my next turn, I made another one. And since it's just Noble Arms you control, I used his effect to pop all of the Noble Arms equipped to the one that he took with Boroload. So that way they're just all re-equipped to him.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then since he couldn't be destroyed once per turn, I just crashed over the Boroload because he was at 35, so even Boroload couldn't reduce him far enough. And then he realized that this guy was just a vanilla monster, so yeah, we almost won that game. We lost it because we couldn't add a transcode talker co-link to update Jammer.
Are there any other changes you would make?
Don't play 60 cards. That was just a joke. I covered a lot of the deck when I thought. I actually really like this deck. Like you can, like the extra deck is like so much filler. You can probably just play Cherries targets inside Cherries. That's something I'll definitely play around with if I ever play this deck again. Other than that, yeah, just play less cards. Maybe main actual hand traps, not just the Noble Knight one. This card was really good in theory, but it kind of loses to Solomon Great, so maybe just side it in against like harder matchups like Striker or something, which is probably awful because as soon as you equip Madrat, they can just Widow Anchor it, and you need your normal summoner, you die. So, yeah, that's it. I guess tune in next time for Charles's Phantasm Spiral deck profile. Unlock the Shock. This deck could actually just make Shockmaster like 8 times in a turn. Goodbye.